birth center at all. Jessica mentioned it to me as an option, but I wasn't comfortable with it. I wanted to go to a hospital. So as a compromise, we decided to use a midwife at a hospital and try to do a natural birth there. Through a series of circumstances, our midwife had to resign from her position to take care of her parents, and this was right towards the end, so there was this kind of a unique situation. I think we're 3 weeks, maybe?
Not far.
3 weeks from the due date when we first came here to sign up. We took a walk on a Friday night, and this was September 10th, and we were walking pretty slow at that point, and Jessica started feeling some fairly regular pains and tightness, but it wasn't anything bad, and we stopped and we chatted with neighbors and we went to the house. Then we decided to make lasagna and drove to Bilo to get we called April, she was our doula, and she came over. It's about 10 or 10:30, I think, maybe. And we labored at home. She told us that we were definitely in labor. She wanted me there. You know, I was the support. I had to be there. Every time I left the room, she started to panic a little bit. So I played a role, I guess she would say.
Yes.
Finally, after several times asking Jessica if she wanted to go, she said no, and Jessica kept saying no, and she wanted to just keep walking there and laboring at home. About 5 a.m., she finally said, yes, I'm ready. And when we got here, Sandy checked her and said she was at an 8, dilated to an 8, which was incredible news for Jessica because she was all worried that she was going to get here, she was going to be at 3 or 4, and they were going to send her back home. Got in the tub, never got back out. It's about 2 hours later, 7:30, 7:26, when she finally pushed McKenna out. And I was in the tub with her. I was right next to her when she was born, and she put her up on Jessica's chest, and we kind of had a few moments there where we just enjoyed her. And one of the midwives, I can't remember who it was, said, "Do you want to know what it is?" Because we didn't even check. We were just oohing and ahhing that we had a baby. It's not a hospital setting. There's other options out there, and a natural birth isn't for everybody, although it could be. But just to really, if you study your options and you know what birth is going into it, and you don't think of it as a problem that needs to be fixed, but it's just something that naturally will happen, then it's not anything to be scared of.
Pretty much the second I got in the water, all my pain was gone. So that changed my mind right there. As nervous as I was still walking through the door because I was so unprepared. I hadn't studied water birth. I wasn't ready for it. I was still very nervous about it until I stepped into the tub, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good. That took away my pain. Let's get this moving. He was like, we're going to a hospital, and you're having the baby in a hospital, and we met in the middle, and we're going to have a baby in the hospital with the midwife. So, 9 months before she was born, he was very, this is how we're going to be, and God just had to take us on a journey, and it wasn't in my plan, and I'm a very, I had everything studied. I knew my facts. I knew what was going to happen in the hospital. I was ready, and then, 2 weeks before she was born, found out that wasn't going to happen, and to come here, which was highly recommended to us, so we came and we talked to Sandy, and I still wasn't ready. Even when we walked through the door in labor, I wasn't ready.
At 8 centimeters.
At 8 centimeters, walked through the door, and I wouldn't change anything, and hopefully we'll be coming here again because it was amazing, and I don't think that I could have had the birth that I had as well as it went going to the hospital.